You're now listening to Box Power Sound. All right, welcome back to Box Power Sound. Right now, we're about to get into the interview with our special guest. So, just to introduce her, our special guest is known to the world as Pisces. She's a Canadian singer-songwriter of Korean and Japanese descent. Her sound is a cool mix of R&B, soul pop infused with K-pop, claiming an entirely new musical genre. And this girl can sing. Please welcome Pisces to Box Power Sound.
Hi, how are y'all?
Welcome.
So audience.
Yeah, it's a big production over here.
I love it.
What's up, girl?
How are you? I'm good.
Yeah, it's good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, obviously you're incredibly talented, and it's great to know that you are Canadian and Asian. So I'm very, very excited about that. I'm proud.
Let's go Asians.
Exactly, Asian invasion. So why the name Pisces? Are you a Pisces?
I am. So shout out to all my Pisces this month. It's Pisces season.
It is.
But yeah, no, I kind of, how I make music is very much like a Pisces. We're very emotional and sensitive. So
Right. I actually was gonna ask that if that's actually accurate, because a lot of people do talk about the fact that Pisces and all water signs are very emotional.
We're very in tune with our emotions. I mean, people say we're crazy, but we're not crazy. We're just passionate about, what we love.
Yeah, no, Justin LeBoy is going in on the Pisces, but he also goes in on the Sagittarius too.
Oh, are you Sagittarius?
I'm a Sagittarius, and he calls us Sagittarius.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's all love, man. It's all love. Sometimes when it comes to signs, it's like the person themselves. Like it doesn't have to be about their sign sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you are originally from Toronto.
Yes.
What ends? Because it's crazy. I'm surprised. I don't think we've ever crossed paths in Toronto.
No, I'm more of like a out the city type of woman. I'm in North York.
Okay, so that's where you came. That's where you grew up.
No, I actually grew up in Oakville.
Ah, got it.
Yeah, out of Toronto.
Yeah, Oakville's nice. Yeah. It's nice.
It is and
quiet. Yeah. And very rich. What I know, any houses that I've been to out in Oakville were just on the water, just mansions, massive.
They have some dope. There's people out there.
Dope. Well, it's dope that you are representing our city, and you're doing a really good job at it. Your music sounds very polished. It's almost like as if you've been making music for a long time. How long have you been making music?
I've actually started making music last year. Wow. So it's only been a year and a bit. Yeah.
I wouldn't have believed you.
Really?
No, your music sounds really, really good. And I think anybody that was to hear that, they would think you've been doing it for years and then just started coming out commercially,
Yeah.
But no, congrats, because that's actually a huge accomplishment to have your music sounding so polished. And on top of it, you already have writing credits.
Yes.
Which is amazing. I see that you've wrote songs with or for Jacoy, Shawn Mendes, and BTS.
Yeah.
Awesome. Those are big placements.
Thank you. Jacoy's music has been placed, but the others it's just writing for.
Okay. Right. Well, that's major. That's already big within starting music from 1 year ago. That's dope. And Jacoy is our boy. He was actually just here 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. So
shout out to Jacoy.
Yeah, shout out Jacoy, man. Incredible talent. And
for real.
So he's just so determined. I remember him when he was Raheem at the age of 16.
Yeah.
Trying to come up, and he's just taken it so far. So shout out to him. And I actually love that you've written with him and worked with him. I think that's so dope. Again, Canadian, his Canadian talent just bubbling out of this.
Exactly. He's actually one of the reasons why I started being an artist too.
Really? So his
So
music
like
influenced
last,
you.
yeah, and like him as a person, because like last year, like before I even put out music, I used to songwrite for him. So I'd go
Okay.
into like his sessions and like, help him write, because like I feel like that's like my passion. I just like helping people.
Right.
And then he was just like, hey, you're like dope, so why don't you just like create music for yourself? And he was like one out of many people that said that, but when he said that, well, I was like helping him write music meant a lot to me.
For sure.
And
Sure.
then I mean, I showed him my first song that I did, and he was just like, yo, this is tight, let me jump on it. And I'm like, for real? All right, cool. So my first single was with him, and then for me to see the reaction of like the audience and telling me that my music has helped them,
Hmm.
I'm just like, okay. So it like
That's
led me
what's
to
up.
keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good feeling, right?
Mm.
That's literally like,
Even if it's
that's
like one
fulfillment.
person, two-person telling me like, hey, your music has helped me, that that you feel it. You're
It's
just like,
there's
damn, like I
fulfillment
really helped
there.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you
exactly.
kind of like, you turn your passion into purpose, which is a beautiful
Hmm.
thing. Well, good for you, man. That's awesome.
Thank
And
you.
so another thing is you definitely have a wide range of different sounds in all your songs. What did you grow up listening to?
Uh, rock music.
Rock? Really?
Yeah, I grew up to punk rock, like rock. Like my dad is like super talented in like all aspects of music. Like he
Got
basically knows
it.
how to play every instrument.
Hmm.
Um, but my favorite was the guitar. So when I was like younger, he always used to like play guitar and like sing me like Guns N' Roses. So like it kind of already like embedded in my head from like when I was a baby. So
Right.
when I grew up, um, the first band that I really fell truly in love with was Nirvana. And
Wow.
then I really studied Kurt Cobain because he's a Pisces too. And like everything that he wrote really, stood out to me because I
Hmm.
felt it.
Hmm.
It's very like dark but emotional. And
Right,
I
right.
feel like that emotion is so true.
Hmm.
It's pure. Like when you meet someone, like you really get to know their character when they get mad. I know it kind of sounds crazy, but it's true. Like when
It's
they get mad,
true.
it's like the truest form of passion,
Right,
right?
right.
So I kind of found that in rock music.
Wow. So that's it.
Yeah.
Just literally rock.
Yeah. And
No
then
other
I went
genres.
to growing up, it would just be like rock music, rock and
Wow.
punk rock music. And then obviously like when, the 2000s came in, like I
Yeah.
was listening to like the top 40, like R&B, hip hop,
That's
country. I love country music
of
too.
course. And do you play instruments as well?
Yes, I play the piano.
That's awesome. Just
Yeah,
the
my
whole
dad
package.
tried to. Yeah, I mean, Asian parents, right?
Yeah. Oh, they'll be on you.
Oh yeah, once you're born, hey, let's go.
Let's
Piano
get to
lessons,
work. Let's get to
singing
work.
lessons, karate lessons.
You're gonna
Like,
be a protege. You're gonna leave. You're gonna make sure this is a legacy here.
yes,
So that's what's up.
exactly.
Well, good for your dad. He did a great job, and I see it all shining through. So
Thank you.
it's awesome, and it's interesting that you say that that was the only genre that you listened to growing up, and I knew it would be something different than what I would have thought, which would probably be
Right.
R&B or whatever, because
Hmm.
of the sound of your music. Like you really do have a variety of sounds, which is really dope.
Thank you.
So tell us, what's your creative process like?
So basically, I mean, it depends on like the mood I'm in. Like sometimes I would randomly wake up because I started like recording myself now.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, shout out to quarantine
Yeah.
because I kind of like learned how to do everything.
Right. What
So
program do you
right,
use?
Logic.
Okay, yeah.
It's
That'll
kind of
do
like
it.
GarageBand.
Yeah,
It's like really,
it
really
is.
simple. You know
It
what I
is.
mean?
Yeah. Very straightforward.
Yeah, I love it. But no, like sometimes like my creative process now, just because like, we're like under lockdown and stuff like that. I don't know, I'm like really weird. Like I will like randomly wake up in the morning, I won't even brush my teeth. And I'll just
Yeah.
like be like, yo, I have this idea. I'm gonna lay it and then start my day.
Right, right. So you could
Yeah.
do it like in parts too. Like you won't sit down and complete a whole song at one time? You'll kind of just do it in parts, or do you want to
Yeah.
get it done all the way?
So basically, like if I have an idea, I'll just lay it down
Right.
and then I'll like let it marinate for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it
Yeah.
like on a loop. I'll like hear it a couple times and then I'll put like words into it. And then I go back and then I really go
For
in
sure.
and like try to perfect it. Yeah.
Okay, dope. And when it comes to writing and lyrics, like, do you write all your songs? Because
I do, but I try to stay a little bit more collaborative with like, you know, the Toronto people
right,
and try to make like, you know,
just get
music
different
that way.
ideas. Yeah,
Exactly. Like how I write is I love to write about like someone else's like
got it.
how do you say it? Like someone I'm still foreign, you
Situations,
know?
someone else's
Exactly.
situations and things that are
Exactly. So like
relatable to the audience.
yeah. Cause
That
like
makes sense.
I at times feel like awkward talking about myself
Right.
because it's like, you know what I mean? So like I
I
like to
get
kind
it.
of like, yeah, like ask like, hey, like what are you going through? Like what's your toxic trait? Like how is your relationship like what is it like, what's your situation like? And then like whoever I'm writing with would tell me and then we'd like write about that.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, yeah. And so, because I used to do music, but what
Okay.
would happen, yeah, I used to rap and sing, and I did quite a bit of things. Like I put a lot of music out. I had some big features and big shows, but
Right.
something that I only really want to do now, just maybe get placements here and there when I have the time to be in the studio. But what I would do was I would like be in a car or I remember the times where I'd be on a bus and
Right.
I would just think of things and then the lyrics just come to my head and I just jot it down and
Yeah.
I put the song together that way. So anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the middle of the night, I could wake up and be like, I need to write this down.
Exactly.
But you got to write it down because if you don't, you won't
Always.
remember it. Right?
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
like, you know, creatives, like our mind like literally goes through so many
Yeah.
things, like, you know what I mean? Like I feel
For
like as
sure.
creatives we live in our heads so much, like we talk to
Absolutely.
ourselves, we think too much, like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I get it.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the main things that you do draw inspiration from?
Inspiration, definitely like other people,
Mm-hmm.
new people, new energies, um even the people that like, you know, that are around me now.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest inspiration is my team, to be honest, because
Dope.
without them I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be like continuing to like learn, because every day with my team I learn something new about, not even with them, but about myself as an artist, you know?
Right. Of
Yeah,
course.
so
Teamwork
shout
makes
out
the
to
dream
them.
work.
For real,
For
for
sure.
real, for real.
It's never
Like
gonna
this
be,
artist stuff, you can't do it by
yeah,
yourself.
it can't be
You
a one-man
can't.
show. There's no way.
No. Mm-mm.
There's no way. So
That's when
shout
I
out to
say
your
like,
team.
yeah, that's when when I say like, you know, this is my team, I say this is Pisces, because they're all Pisces.
Right. Oh,
You know what I'm
really?
saying?
So
No, no,
wait.
no, not like the sign,
Okay.
not the sign.
Okay. I was like,
Not
oh,
the
you
sign.
scaled
I
them
wish.
out.
That'd be cool.
You
But
guys
no,
would
I
all
introduced
be
them like, hey,
writing and
like
in
this
your
is,
feelings.
yeah, exactly.
uh, so sorry, what were you saying?
No, but no, like I like, you know, like I put Pisces as a third perspective. Like so whenever like we
Mhm.
have like meetings or whatever, I I'm always like referring to Pisces as just Pisces, like just like
Yeah.
another like it's our
You're
baby.
an
You know what I
entity.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. I never say me as Pisces. You know, I'm still
exactly.
Emilia. But like what we are creating right now is Pisces.
That's
So
what's
it's
up.
like it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a school project, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like
Exactly.
when you were young, yeah, you put
And you know,
together like a school
when it's a
project.
collective, people are more likely to just give it their all because it's a collective. Like, you know, you guys are all working towards one common goal.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely get what you're saying because you don't want to just be the leader and everyone's doing everything for you.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's a good way of making it work with the team. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to ask, is your
Yeah.
hair naturally curly?
Yes.
Is it?
This is a half wig though, because you know, What time is it right now? Is this time?
No,
11?
it's cute. It's cute. I actually like it, but
Thank you.
I've never no, because you're Korean and Japanese, but you were
Hmm.
born with curly hair.
Yes. So like, I don't. Have you been to like Japan?
No, and
No.
I'm gonna ask that in a second because I'm actually planning to go, but I mean I've been planning to go, and now it's like I don't know
Yeah.
when I can go. But no,
Hmm.
I've never been, and it's been on my bucket list.
Yeah. If well, when you do go, you'll notice like a lot of like their culture's a little different, I would
Mhm.
say, but there's a lot of like females that look like me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cute. You're like a Harajuku Barbie. That's what they call it.
Yeah,
You're
Heritage
literally like,
Barbie.
yeah, it's like anime, and it's literally it's cute. So what
Thank
I wanted
you.
to ask though, do you have a stylist, or do you put everything yourself together? Because you look like you're straight out of a magazine all the time.
Really? Thanks. I try. Yeah, I mean, I like, used to work with different types of stylists or different people of stylists. Like it wouldn't even be their job title. It would just be like my friends. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
Be like, hey, can you help me with an outfit? Like right now I have a creative director, shout out to Viv, helping with that type of stuff. I mean, like I said, like we're all growing, we're all learning about, different positions, different roles. I don't really,
Of
I'm not
course.
the one to like be like, hey, you're a stylist, hey, you're a dad, hey, you're dead. No, you're all of this. Help
Exactly.
me, help us, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
That's what's up. Well, yeah,
mhm.
no, whoever it is between you and the people working with you to get your outfits and style together, it looks really on point. Again,
Thank
polished,
you.
polished like the music. So it's all like a good, well put together package.
Thank
Um,
you.
so you have been to Japan, you said.
Yes.
Have you
I
been
was
to
born there.
Korea? Oh, you were born in Japan.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
was
have you
born
been
in
to
Sendai.
Korea?
Yeah. I went
So
to Korea 2 years ago, 2 summers ago.
I've actually been to Korea once when I was a child. It
Oh
was a
yeah?
layover. It was a layover going to the Philippines because I'm from the Philippines.
Okay. Right.
And we stayed in it's not
Seoul?
yeah, Seoul. Seoul is
Yeah.
in South Korea.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Everything
so
South
yeah,
Korea.
because nothing North Korea is
Yeah.
okay,
North
right?
Korea. North Korea is like, ugh, I
Yeah, it's
don't
not
know.
okay up there. So yeah, we
Yeah.
stayed in Seoul, and we had actual one night and day over there. So we went out into the town. I bought some kicks that lit up, and
Uh-huh.
I must have been like 9. So at that time I was like, "Oh my God." Like
Yeah.
when you step your feet, like it lights up,
Yeah, it
and
lights up.
yeah. So we were in the town in Seoul, and I got those kicks, and I was lit literally.
Mm-hmm.
But never been as an adult, and I've had my fair share of travels around the world, but I've been
Right.
and I really want to go back to Korea and Japan just to explore as an adult.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there.
Yeah, man. Japan has like been on my bucket list for so long, but hopefully,
Yeah, you
when
gotta go to Japan.
yeah,
It's a culture shock though to some people that has like never been, because it's
I'm
like
ready for that.
even I get culture shock because
Mhm.
like like I'm so adjusted to the Canadian
Right.
life. Like like in Canada, like I don't know, like when we're walking down the street, we smile at people. When someone like sneezes, we say bless you, like, and we tip. In Japan, you can't do any of that.
Really?
Yeah, like when you're walking down the street in Japan or you're sitting in like a bus or whatever, and someone stares at you and you like smile, they're gonna look at you weird. Or if someone
Got it.
sneezes, it's like it's like an embarrassment to them. So if you say bless you, they're like, excuse me.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
different.
it's like super different there.
Well, what I've seen is they literally are like robots. There are so many of them crossing the street, and they're just like
Yeah.
focused. It's almost like they're just focused on where they need to go and get it done. Is that
Mm-hmm,
kind of how it
mm-hmm.
is? Like tunnel vision?
Yeah, it's literally like fast life over there.
Yeah. Wow. I
And when you
really
go into when you go, like when you hop off the plane, just go
mhm.
into the airport washroom, please.
And see how clean it is?
It's so clean, and when in every stall, like there's so many buttons in there.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be like, what the like
That's gonna be my first shock right there. Coming
yeah.
off the plane.
You're like,
I
what? There's seat warmers? What? This one shoots up my butthole. Like, what? This one dries. Like, what is going on?
That's funny. Oh my God. And I thought Dubai was good for that, but I didn't know that they had all those other extra things.
Yeah.
That's cool. I definitely want to make it happen, and like I'm going to. But I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
things like I seen this movie before. They were like in a karaoke place, and then it was all windows, and then behind them was the entire city, and that's all I needed to
Mhm.
see. And I was like,
Yeah.
I need to go there.
Yeah. It's so fun.
Yeah,
Like nightlife in Japan is crazy.
I can
It never
imagine.
sleeps.
I can imagine. So are
Mhm.
there a lot of like rules in terms of like no drinking outside and that type of stuff? Cause like I don't know if
In
they
Japan,
yeah, because you know like
you
some
know,
people can't be drinking alcohol outdoors and
yeah,
things like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question because I've never tried that
Mm,
in Japan. I've always like went to a place where we were just drinking inside.
got it. Yeah.
But maybe I'll just try that next time. I'll just sneak a drink out and see if I get caught.
I feel like they would be super regulated there and
Yeah,
just
me
be like,
too.
yeah, like Singapore, very, very regulated.
Mm,
There's so many rules. But I mean, who
yeah,
knows? I'm gonna have to find out myself.
yeah, exactly. You just gotta, it's just one of those.
Yeah. So is blowing up overseas part of the plan? Because I'm pretty sure.
International, baby.
Yes. Yes. So maybe I can just like if you go on a tour with BTS, like I'm
And
just
maybe
gonna
you could just like
join.
come, you know what I'm
Yeah, I'm
saying?
just gonna come straight up, just join, and I'll be like, yes, I
Exactly.
went there and I
Yeah.
did this and I did that. But I mean,
Yeah.
for you to go on a tour of BTS, that would be amazing. I would totally
Oh,
encourage
that'd
that,
be so fun.
right?
That'd be so fun.
And
Yeah.
if it's like an Asian tour, you definitely stop by in the Philippines, and then that's where I could take you around all those islands.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Let's manifest that.
Facts.
Oh my
Facts.
God. So do you think that being an Asian has been an advantage or a disadvantage for you in this music industry?
I wouldn't say any. I mean, I kind of just, stick to just being me as an artist. I don't really divide myself being Asian or being that or being this because I mean, when I was younger, like I don't know if you know the history behind like Koreans and Japanese people, but they
I
went to
don't
war.
really.
Yeah. So like sometimes when I was younger, like people would be like, I'd go to Korea and people would be like, why do you look like that? Like, you know what I mean? And
Mm,
they kind of question like, why is she half Japanese? Like, why is she? And then if I go to Japan, they question like, why does she look like that? You know what I
yeah,
mean? So at a young age, like I've already kind of like experienced like, the separation of like trying to find like who I really am
right.
and why people looked at me so different.
Hmm.
But I mean, as I was growing up, I started like just not caring and
Yeah.
just, just
You're
being me.
unique. You're unique, and
Yeah,
that's it,
exactly. And just
right?
like learning that I'm different and I kind of treat music the same. Like I don't look at someone and judge them by like what their outer character or outer lookings are.
Yeah,
It's
as
like, oh, if
everybody
you
should,
yeah,
you
facts.
know.
Like, yeah, I don't. Yeah.
That's what's up. So what I want to do right now is I want to take a quick listen. We're gonna get a sneak peek of your new single that's dropping on March 2nd. It's called
Yes.
Sad. Uh,
Sad.
so clearly written by Pisces.
Yeah.
So let's take a little sneak peek. We're not gonna actually listen to the whole song because we can't premiere it just yet. So let's get you to introduce it.
Yeah, so this is, a little snippet of this song called Sad. And you're now listening to Boxfire on Cay Radio.
Blah, blah. You're now listening to Box Power Sound. So we'll just be listening to the song, whatever. And then we'll come right back into the interview.
Okay.
And we'll act like we just listened to it.
Okay.
All right. All right. So that is Sad by Pisces. Wow. Acoustics, very soft and smooth and like,
And
poetic and
sad.
sad. Tell us about the meaning behind this song.
You know what's funny? You know how ironic it is when like you feel excited and you feel happy about the song. When I made it, I was super like down and depressed.
Mm,
That's actually funny. Um, no, like sad, honestly, it kind of came up in the most like, I don't know, I would say weird, but I don't think that's the word, but in the most like truest form of like me, I
yeah.
guess. Um, I remember like I was just like defeated, like even as an artist and creatively, like, you know how you as a creative, we have those days where you just want to quit, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I was having one of those days. And then because nothing was like coming to me, like nothing was, I wasn't drawing inspiration from nothing. I was just like,
Right.
what is going on?
And
And
this was
then
during
like
quarantine?
yeah,
Okay, that explains it.
yeah.
The
I
whole
made
world
this
was going through
song,
it.
I know. I made this song 2 months ago.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Very fresh.
So yeah, so I was just like, and then like I'm a big believer in just meditating and praying
Yep.
whenever I feel like that. So I mean, I meditated, I took a bath, I saged, I laid my crystals, I prayed, and then it just, I don't know, I just sat, at my setup and I just started recording that.
Yeah,
Like
and
my
it's so
girl,
just
yeah, my
from the
girl
heart.
back at exactly, and my girl in Toronto, Kiana, shout out to her. She wrote like a skeleton for this song,
Mhm.
and I absolutely like, fell in love with it, and I just kind of went with the idea, and this came about, and I feel like it's like me, I would say, because like in the song, it kind of portrays like it's okay to be vulnerable. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel defeated. Um, because sometimes like even as females, like, we get tired. We get
Mhm.
tired of the BS sometimes,
Oh yeah, for
especially
sure.
in this industry.
Especially in this
So
industry and the way of the world today, right? Seeing
exactly.
seeing how inhumane some people
Hmm.
can be and just everything as a whole, what everybody's been going through.
Yeah.
I completely get it. And I think it's a really good time to be releasing it, which it's going to be dropping everybody on March 2nd. So make sure you take that in.
Yeah.
But it's a perfect time because a lot of people are vulnerable right now, and this is going to be a way for them to relate to somebody who is pretty much telling them you're not alone, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a beautiful thing. So make sure everybody takes that in March 2nd. It's called Sad by Pisces. Um, and so we did talk about the fact that, a lot of water signs are emotional and that type of stuff. Um,
Hmm.
and you would agree.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Very
So
emotional and sensitive.
yeah, it's definitely. I think
Yeah.
so too. I would agree too.
Mm.
But it's a good thing. I have my sister. She's a Scorpio. So and then my
Scorpios.
yeah. So she's more on the emotional, and then my other sister is an Aries. So we're all fire, and then she's the only
Oh, and
water.
she's like, yeah.
But we've learned over the years and over time to know how to work with one another. And
Right, right,
you
right.
can see the difference in our
Oh yeah,
personalities for sure.
for sure.
Uh, so it's funny.
Scorpios, yeah, my brother's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and my mom's a Sag, so I get it.
Yeah. My mom's a Sag too. So
Mhm.
again, she was just surrounded by fire, which is funny.
Yeah.
So what are some artists or producers that you do want to work with?
You know, an artist that I really like, I want to manifest or I am manifesting to work with is Bruno Mars.
Yes,
Yeah.
Filipinos to the
Yeah, he's
world.
so talented. The way
So
that he just
talented.
like, yeah, like his music is just, I don't know how to explain it. You can't explain his music.
You can't,
You know what I
but
mean?
you can relate, you can love it, and it's so effortless.
Yes, it's
So
timeless.
effortless.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know what I've seen about him is that he was a baby and he was singing. He was performing in Elvis competitions.
Yeah,
So he would dress up
I
like
can see
Elvis.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
so
Because
cute.
his
Like
performances are
they're
amazing.
so
Like,
amazing. Yeah, he's an
I
and
love
a
it.
full blown entertainer, and
Mm-hmm.
he definitely he started off as a child, and his mom nurtured his entire singing
Oh,
career,
wow.
and then she passed away. So it's like he devoted
Yeah.
his whole like
Yeah.
career and everything to her, which is a beautiful thing. So I would love to see that collaboration.
Yeah.
That would
No,
be
Bruno
amazing.
Mars is like one of my favorite artists right now.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out
Hmm.
Bruno Mars. That would be a beautiful collaboration. I hope that that actually happens, and we will definitely break that on the radio here. 100%.
Get
And
it?
maybe you guys all might be on that Asian tour that I'm going to jump on.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I'm coming. Uh, so, what direction do you want to take your music? Or do you want to continue to just create your own lane? How you're doing it now?
Yeah, I would say just like creating whatever, like is just me. Sad is just, I think sad is 100% me. Like the other
Yeah.
records that I have out was more like when I was in that like, oh, I'm doing music now, so this is fun. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my truest like intention and truest form of being myself wasn't really in those records. It was like
Yeah.
one of those records that was just like, hey, like let me just try this. Like, you know what I mean? So I think sad is really breaking me as an artist, of like, like creating my own type of sound, but
Yeah.
having like a lot of influences from
Of
other people.
course. Of course.
Yeah.
So the fact that you just started making music last year, but were writing prior to that, did you
Hmm.
always just sing as a child growing up, as a teenager? Like, were you singing in the bathroom, in the shower? You always knew you
Yeah,
had the
like,
voice?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My parents started like when I used to play the piano, I
Yeah.
used to like the thing about me with the piano is that I don't know how to read notes. I would just sing whatever
Yeah.
they wanted me to play, and then I would figure it out myself.
Got it.
And then like whenever like I play, like I make like my own melodies almost, and then like I'll like hum out whatever comes next. And then my parents saw that, and my parents were like, okay, we're putting you into singing lessons. I'm like, okay. That didn't last because
Yeah.
yeah,
It just didn't.
singing less. I mean, the piano lessons was like already enough, and I was getting frustrated because I didn't know how to read the notes, and the
Yeah.
teacher used to get mad at me, and I'm like, that's not how I do it.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Teachers need to be patient, man. They can't be getting mad at new
For
students.
real. They're like, this is a C. I'm like, I don't know that. I just want to see, like, I'm slamming on C. I'm like, this is C. I know. She's like, no, just read the notes. And I'm like, I'm not reading the notes, man.
Aw. And you were probably so little then too.
Yeah, I was probably like 12, maybe like 11.
Wow. Well, at least you learned
Yeah,
over time, right?
exactly, exactly.
And are you putting out a project like a full studio album?
It is in the works, but this year, it's just kind of concreting Pisces,
Right.
and the sound,
Hmm.
and
The brand.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Have you done any songs where you play piano in the
No, but
production?
that's a good idea.
That's a great idea. And
That's a really good idea.
that will be a
Ooh,
big eye opener for Bruno Mars, to tell you that
Cat
much.
gets A&R credits.
Yes. All the way. Yeah, I think that would be beautiful. And I love songs like I love the acoustic that you got going on, which is really, really nice
Thank
and
you.
clean and smooth. But also like a song with piano would be really nice. That would be
With
dope.
piano.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'll take the credit. I'll send you my info and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Send me the invoice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. So what I want to ask is because, like I said, you always look like you're coming out of a magazine, all your pictures, like really like model looking. Have there been any agencies, modeling agencies that hit you up?
Um, no,
No, because
no.
you look like a model. Like those
Oh, thank you.
models.
From the wrong
That's
way. I'm just
Is
kidding.
that something that you would actually do as well on top of the music?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to like basically challenges,
Mhm.
like it goes back to my music. Like I tried the whole K-pop route. I tried the whole, like that pop route because it was a challenge. I never done it. So I was
Yeah,
just like, let me try it. Let me try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe by next year I'll try rock music. Who knows, right?
I know, because that would be your real roots.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
And that would
I've
just,
always said country music too. Country music, like if you really listen to the lyrics of country music, it's kind of like
it's
R&B.
it's heartbreak. I can see you doing
Mm-hmm.
country because it's very emotional
Really?
music.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emotions in country music.
Yeah.
It's
Like if you take
mainly
country lyrics, right? Some like, okay, let's say like, I don't know, let's say Kings of Leon, right? And we took
mhm.
their acapella and put it on an R&B beat. What? It would be like a hit.
Yeah, that would be. Well, I mean, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right there. You don't even give away your strategy. Just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, facts.
Create that fusion and just like take the world by storm with that because that's dope. So
Mm.
I have a question from one of the followers. Do you have a skin regimen?
Ooh, you know, being Asian and all, yes, but it's like a natural thing. Like, like what do I do? Like I cleanse. No, I
Yeah.
wipe off my makeup first with like a makeup wipe.
Hmm.
And then I cleanse, and then I exfoliate, and then I put my serum, and then I put my oil, then I put my toner, and then I
Oh,
put
that
my yeah, between
you have an
morning and night,
itinerary. So you don't have a regimen, you have
yes,
an
yes,
itinerary.
yes, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I do my day cream if it's is daytime, and then nighttime I have my night serum.
Got it. Got it. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
there's your answer there. And that would be again back to the modeling. Like you could even get these products, these facial
Yeah.
products and stuff, signing you and doing all that stuff. But I mean, I know Lauren Campbell is gonna be in charge of
Mhm.
all that. She's gonna get all those brands all partnered up
Exactly.
with you. So shout out to Lauren and Common Media
Shout
Group.
out to Lauren.
Big up. So we want to talk about this too because this has been something that a lot of females have to deal with on Instagram. A lot of strange DMs
Oh
and
yeah.
and crazy
Oh
people
yeah.
reaching. So, what's the most strange DM that you've ever gotten?
The most strangest DM, honestly, was probably this person. I don't know. Like I don't even know if it's a he. Like they didn't even have a picture.
Yeah.
And they asked me to basically humiliate them in words
Oh God.
because they were into like dominatrix or whatever. I don't know the word, but I played along with it because it was fun. I just want to be like me. Like my parents used to call me Curious George because I always used to be a why type of person. They'd be like, "Oh, the sky's blue." I'm like, why is it blue? Why? Why?
Okay. So you actually
Yeah. So
responded.
like I was, oh hell, yeah, yeah. I want to know, like, what is this? Like, is there really people out here like that? Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. And then
Yeah.
the person started being like, oh, you replied? Wow. Okay, so I'll show you some examples how I'd like to be treated. And I'm like,
No.
okay, and sent me like YouTube videos of like girls like humiliating guys being like, like, oh, you're worthless and da da da. I don't know, it was kind of sickening.
So
Yeah.
that's
And
that whole
then
submissive thing.
yeah,
Oh
yeah. And I'm
wow.
just like, and I asked the person, like, why do you like this stuff?
Mhm.
Like, what happened?
What happened to you? Yeah, for real.
Yeah, they're like, this is what I enjoy. This is what I go off on. I'm like,
Jeez.
okay.
Well, to each his
Okay.
own, but I mean,
Yeah.
there had to have been it's definitely deep rooted. To like
Yeah.
getting
Like,
talked down to, like it's very
yeah, like it
yeah.
wasn't pleasant at all. Like these youths, like, I don't know, if I send you these YouTube videos, you just be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I
No.
just yeah, I prayed for the person, and I just said, you know what? Like, I hope
Wish
for
you
the
the
best,
best.
beloved. Yeah.
For real. So yeah, we did talk about the fact that you like meditating, and I noticed in your IG story that you were meditating. So what's how important is meditation to you, and what advice could you give people who need to learn how to meditate?
I would say, well, meditation is very, very important to me. Even as a creative, like I said, going back to like, like us being in our head so much. Um, it's, and like you said, like, like it's so important to just like write our ideas down,
Yeah.
right? And kind of treat like your mind, body, and soul that way, where, where you have a frustration or you have a stress or something that is bothering you, you just have to kind of journal your thoughts. And
Absolutely.
I feel like journaling your thoughts is a form of meditation as well, because I mean, you're kind of venting to yourself. Right
Mhm.
now in our society, like, who do we go to when we vent? Our best friend, our, you know what I mean? But why do we not do that to ourselves?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So I mean, my biggest advice is like, like do that for yourself, your mind, body, and soul. Don't like always think that you can like just kind of like, like need to have someone there to vent to. You can vent to yourself. You're your
Mhm.
own person. No one's gonna make you feel a certain way, but how you're gonna make yourself feel. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because we're connected ourselves.
Right, right.
So I would say like, yeah, the biggest form of meditation is not just like, like aligning yourself and trying to balance yourself, but to journal your thoughts,
Right, right.
right?
Yeah,
That way
that's
you can
good.
just have like a clear mind. It's a first step to have like a clear mind. Like once you like write down how you feel, what it made you feel like, because you're more comfortable, because that it's not, because sometimes when you like vent to a person or like like or like talk to your problems about a person, you kind of like are a little careful of what you say because you don't want to say too much, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm. Yep.
So it's not like 100% you,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Or even if like you have like a relationship problem or you go to your best friend, you never want to show them their side of the story. It's always us. Like, oh
Right.
well, he did this and he did that and he did this. And I don't
Exactly.
know,
Right.
understand why. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And that person only knows one side.
Mhm.
But when you journal it, you kind of like go back and you read it and you're just like, oh, wait, like
It's like
maybe I was in the
it's a
wrong.
full release at that
Yeah,
point. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. Because you know that no one's judging but yourself.
exactly. So when it
Hmm.
comes to when you meditate, do you listen to those calming uh apps, or those the songs, or like the
Yeah.
frequency things?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So 5:30, is it 5:38? I have it on my playlist. I think it's 5:38 hertz.
Hertz.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
It's crazy because
Uh
my sister Cher, she's really into that. And she's been putting us onto meditation and like
yeah, I
that type
think
of
it's
living for years. And I remember I had a really bad night and day, and I was going through it. And she sent me that 530 hertz thing as a
yeah,
frequency
sorry,
to
it's
listen to.
528 hertz.
528 hertz, something along the
Yeah.
lines of that. She sent me, and I listened to it, and I got ready, and I got through my
Hmm.
day. Like it
Yeah.
actually fucking worked, which is
Yeah.
insane. And yeah, so shout out to Cher for sending that. But that's definitely something that a lot of people should know, is to take in these songs. They're on. It's pretty much songs, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
there are playlists on
It's like
Spotify for it.
sounds.
Sounds, yes,
Hmm.
and you can
Yeah, and
find
they
it
put
on
the frequency like
Spotify.
behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
And it definitely works.
Yeah, there's like different hertz that communicate with like your body and like the different vibrations
Right, right.
um to make you like align and adjust to a certain way. Like so like if you want to manifest, or if you want to like kind of um like renew
Mhm.
yourself, or like like how you feel and stuff, you'll listen to 528 hertz,
Right,
right?
right.
If you want more like love and stuff, you'll listen to like 432 hertz. Like there's like so many different types of frequency, because our body's like is made out of vibration.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
listening to those sounds is what aligns
Right.
everything in here. Yeah.
Perfect. That's good to know. So everybody listening, make sure you
Hmm.
take that information in. We want to play your song next. It's called Pride. So I'm going to let you introduce that.
Yeah, Pride. It's funny how you chose Pride.
It's a good song.
But yes, thank you. So yeah, you're now listening to Boxfire on Cay Radio, Pisces, and this is Pride.
Let's go. You're now listening to Box Power Sound. Bitch! Y'all, we're right back with it with our girl Pisces, and that was her song Pride. I really like that song, and again, it's probably because I'm a Sagittarius, but it is a good song. It's dope. It's dope. So we're gonna get into
Thank you.
This next segment here,
Pop Culture Quiz.
And it's not really a quiz. It's just your preferences, but you have little to no time to answer. So here we go. Bryson Tiller.
My anxiety.
Bryson Tiller or Party Next Door?
Party Next Door.
SZA or Janae Aiko?
Janae Aiko. Pisces gang.
Her or Ella Mai?
Her.
Summer Walker?
Yeah, her.
Yes. Summer Walker or Queen Naija? Naija.
Whoa. I would say Summer Walker.
Usher or Chris Brown?
Ooh, Usher.
Japan or Korea?
Oh, you gotta do this to me. Japan. I'm sorry, Mom.
90s or 2000s R&B?
90s.
LA or New York?
LA.
Spain or Italy?
Ooh, never been to both, but Italy.
Yeah.
Spain, maybe.
Both are beautiful. Vacation
Both.
in Greece or Turks and Caicos?
Turks and Caicos.
Which sign do you prefer, Gemini or Capricorn?
Capricorn.
Toronto or Vancouver?
Vancouver.
Would you rather live in Canada or the States? We're all listening.
Permanently? Canada. It's the best country in the world.
Yes. Oops. You're now listening to Box Power Sound. Yeah, we got a big audience there for that one. Would you rather be rich and famous or just rich and a nobody?
Rich and a nobody.
Are you a homebody or party person?
Homebody for sure.
Condo or house?
House.
Nike or Adidas?
Oof. Nike.
Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers all the way.
Yes. Gucci or Louis?
Louis.
Would you rather dress up or dress down?
Dress down.
Be natural or glam?
Glam natural.
Would you rather spend the night in a luxury hotel room or camping surrounded by beautiful scenery?
Ooh. I don't know. Can I skip?
One, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's cool. I would pick the luxury hotel room because there's no bathrooms when you're camping.
A part of me wanted to do that, but then I'm like, oh, the scenery though. How about the scenery?
I would go camping and then enjoy the scenery and then go ahead to the hotel.
And then go back. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the answer.
Would you rather date someone you met online or go on a blind date?
Ooh. I online probably. I gotta know how you look like.
Yeah, for sure. Would you rather mentally never age or physically never age?
Mentally.
And white or dark liquor?
Oh, I don't drink liquor.
Really?
No.
You don't drink alcohol at all?
No, not really. Like wine, maybe.
Good for you. Okay, so then white wine or red wine?
White.
Okay, done. All right.
Pop culture quiz.
So that was pop culture quiz. And now we know a lot more about you and your preferences. And now all the fans and everybody tuning in knows a lot more about Pisces and the mystery behind this Asian sensation. So as we wrap up now, tell us where you can find you. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media and online.
Yeah, you guys can check me out on my Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, SoundCloud. It's Pisceze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Perfect. So
Pisces.com.
on all major platforms, make sure you check her out. She is really going to take this music industry by storm. We're happy to have you here on Box Power Sound. We wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me, for real.
And yeah, so next time when we're all out of this lockdown, we'll make sure to have you in studio and we'll get you.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be dope. All right.
Yeah.
So congratulations on everything you got going on. We want to see you take it to the top. All the best. And we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, girl.
On
Take
tour.
care. Yeah, exactly.
Bye.
I'm coming. Bye.